Hello, dear learners. I heartily welcome you all in the seventh lecture of this series on renewable energy sources. In the last lecture, we understood what are the necessity for properties of storage materials. In heat storage method system, phase change materials are used as a storage material. Properties required for these materials are maximum value of latent heat of fusion. That maximum value is required to store more energy per unit volume. Melting point should be in the temperature range of the application for which it is being used. Example, if you want to use phase change material in building as a building material, then the melting point of the material is around the room temperature. During phase change of the material, there should be small change in volume of the material that will require to avoid contaminant problem. Along with this one, it requires high value of thermal conductivity to assist the charging and discharging of energy. It should have low cost of material, low contaminant cost, chemically stable, non-toxic and inflammable are the properties of storage material, especially phase change material. Among organic material, paraffin wax is most suitable material for storing energy. Now we will look at the properties of sensible heat storage liquid material. As we know that thermal storage method is divided into sensible heat storage method and the latent heat storage method. In the previous slide, we already studied the properties of latent heat storage materials. Now in this particular slide, we will discuss about the properties of sensible heat storage liquid material, and then we will discuss the properties of sensible heat storage solid material one by one. The sensible heat storage material should have long service life, non-corrosive, non-flammable, low cost and chemically stable. This property should be shown by sensible heat storage material for their use as a storage material. High value of thermal conductivity and low value of density and specific heat at constant pressure indicates quick charging and discharging of heat. High value of thermal conductivity, low value of density and specific heat at constant pressure indicates quick charging and discharging of heat. We have indicated the liquid materials, that is water, high-tech and liquid sodium. High-tech is the material consists of 40% NaNO2, 7% NaNO3 and 53% KNO3 by its weight. While the properties of sensible heat storage solid materials, rocks, aluminum oxide and silicon oxide. Now we will turn to our next topic, that is principle of solar thermal application. What is principle of solar thermal application? The dark surface is exposed to solar radiation so that it absorbs maximum of this radiation, that is solar radiations. The part of the absorbed radiation is transferred to air or water, that is fluid. There are many applications you will find in our daily life. One of them, the most important one, is solar water heater, solar space heater, solar power generator, solar cooker and solar dryer. These are the application of solar energy. In the next one, we will discuss in detail one of the applications, that is solar water heater. Solar water heater is a device in which water is heated by using solar energy. A level diagram of solar water heater is shown in figure. Let us look at the construction of solar water heater. Solar water heater consists of an insulated box, that is insulated box, known as flat plate collector, which is pointed black from inside and in which copper tubes or glass tubes are fitted in the form of coil. The tubes are again coated with heat absorbing material. All these are coated with heat absorbing material so that they may absorb heat rays of the sun more efficiently. The box is covered with glass lid to prevent the loss of heat due to convection and radiation process. The glass lid of the box traps heat rays of the sun. The box or flat plate collector are placed inclined. It placed inclined to the solar radiation. The two ends of the copper tube of the solar water heater are joined to the water tank. That white shaded is the water tank and this rays indicate the flat plate collector, which are inclined to the incident solar radiation. The solar water heater and its storage tank are fitted on the roof of the building so that they may get sunlight throughout the day. We will discuss the working of solar water heater. The cold water enters the storage tank through the pipe. It flows down through the copper or glass pipe present in the flat plate collector. These copper tubes or glass tubes get heated due to incident solar radiation, ultimately heats the water present in it. Hot water being lighter. Again, I will repeat the same sentence. Hot water being lighter, it remains in the upper part of the tank and can be taken out through the pipe for household use, where whenever hot water is withdrawn from the tank, cold water automatically enters through the inlet at the bottom of the tank. The temperature of hot water available from such solar water heater ranges from 45 to 70 degree Celsius. So ultimately we are using the solar water heater for heating the water. Shortly I will indicate that incident radiation are absorbed by flat plate collectors. Water is heated by solar radiations. Hot water automatically flows toward the top of the water tank as the hot water is lighter than the cold water. Therefore, it will remain in the upper part of the tank. Cold water is automatically replaced by hot water. Hot water is withdrawn from the outlet fitted at the top of the tank, and hot water withdraws. Cold water automatically enters through the inlet at the bottom of the tank. So ultimately these are the simple working of solar water heater, and you will find out solar water heater in many buildings or in rooftop. So today we will stop here. In this particular lecture we have studied the application of solar thermal radiations, and in that one we have discussed solar water heater. Along with that one we have discussed the properties of sensible heat material and latent heat materials. In the next lecture we will discuss about the types of solar concentrating collectors. That's the important one, as we have studied up till now. For heating purpose we require collectors that collect the heat. In the next lecture we will discuss the different types of solar concentrating or collecting collectors. Thank you.